Welcoming you to the very first show for the year 2026. And what do we do today? We're setting the agenda for 2026. We're looking back at 2025 and seeing if we could learn some lessons and move on better. But you know, I'm here with my politics. How are you doing? What are you guys having for New Year's Day lunch or dinner? Invite me. So we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, nigeriainfo.fm. Go ahead and join the conversation. I'm going to be joined by a guest in a few minutes. And then, of course, we'll be delving into proper conversation. In the meantime, I want to play back some very interesting clips from 2025 and just, allow you to join me and, talk about the new year briefly before we get into serious conversations. Once again, welcome to Hard Facts. I am Marianne Okon, and it's so good to have you join me on this side of the new year. We'll be right back after this break.
Let's be honest. This isn't the show for the faint-hearted. We don't do PR here. We do truth. We don't repeat headlines. We interrogate them.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Marianne Okon, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
Lots of things happened last year. In fact, much more happened just before the end of the year. And the biggest issue that we're facing right now from the close of the year into the new year is insecurity. And yes, here is Senator Shehu Sani talking about who these terrorists are. Let's start with that clip and then we'll walk our way back all the way to some other interesting clips from 2025.
The terrorists killing people in northeastern part of Nigeria are not from Congo. They are not from Malawi. They are not from Namibia. They are not from Egypt. They are northerners and they are Muslims. The bandits in the northwestern part of Nigeria, they are not from Senegal. They are not from Mali. They are not from Morocco. They are not from Guinea or Guinea-Bissau. They are Fulanis from the northwestern part of Nigeria.
Well, that former senator representing Kaduna in the National Assembly, Shehu Sani. This is also the Minister of State for Defense and former governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale. Here's what he had to say about bandits.
Same, and it's not all of them are criminal. Not all of them are criminal because if you know, or maybe if you investigate what is happening or what makes them to take those laws into their hand, some of them sometimes were cheated by so-called Nsakai, and I have to ban completely the Nsakai in my state. The Nsakai, those called.
That's Bello Matawale, Minister of State for Defense, speaking about insecurity. But then let's move away from insecurity and talk defense. I'll introduce my guest to you in a bit. He's just joined us. There was, the whole CBT situation, examinations, JAM, SSC, and a video went viral of a young lady calling to question the capability of children in the northern, especially in the northern extraction or northern part of the country, being able to write these CBT exams, even when they have never seen a computer in their life, have no idea how this works, and how it would impact education in the north. I'll play that clip, and then of course I'll bring my guest, engineer Idris, on the show in a bit as we set ourselves for the conversation this year. Once again, Happy New Year. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We'll take this clip quickly, and when we come back, we'll keep playing some more clips while intermittently continuing the conversation on setting the pace for 2026. Here we go for that viral clip about education in the north.
There is a storm that is coming to northern Nigeria, and I don't think a lot of people have realized this yet. Now that WAEC and NECO want to make their exams to be computer based, how do you want Arewa to cope? There are people, students and teachers in a whole school that they do not even know how to touch a computer. They do not even know how to on a computer. Already, English is another barrier that used to make a lot of intelligent, smart students in Arewa fail exams. Now that computer is added to that, how do you want Arewa students to actually be passing these WAECs and NECOs and further with their lives to actually pursue other things? They will literally be stuck in that repetition of WAEC and NECO, WAEC and NECO. This is very, very, very bad. And I don't even know if people realize how bad this is for us. We already have a very low performance when it comes to WAEC and NECO. Our kids are literally, there is a storm.
Well, that is education. We've covered a little bit of security. It's time for me to introduce my guest who joins us live. And he's looking very nice. Mr. Idris, it's so good to have you join us on the show. And you look so nice this new year. It's like money has reached you and you have not told me about this money. Welcome to the show, sir. And thanks for joining us on Hard Facts. I think you're muted. You're muted. So I can't hear you. Yeah, you need to unmute yourself. You are muted. Okay, I've unmuted you. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Okay. Yeah, I said to you, Happy New Year.
Same to you.
It's very safe for you. Except that the Tulumbonomics, as we call it in the north here, probably had not affected you, but we know we're going.
It doesn't look like it's affecting you. You look better than I do. So Tulumbonomics is not working there. Well, I mean, thank you for joining us. Most importantly, we're going to be talking about all of these things, whether it's the Tinubunomics, the policies and the programs that have been put in place in 2025, and how it's going to affect us in 2026. Lagos. Before I bring my guest into the proper conversation, I have one more clip for you right after this break, and then we will go into proper conversation. Welcome. This is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. It's our first show in 2026. Let's set the ball rolling.
Nigeria's biggest decisions start with the hardest questions, and I'm asking them on Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Because understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard Facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk, news and sports radio station. Let's talk. There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court sitting
Suspended the Chicago certificate story is never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The new news you need, the conversation you hear, the station you love.
Federal exports hit 371 billion naira amid heavy import reliance.
Resident doctors give federal government 30 days to address doctors' demands.
Jonathan will return to Aso Rock as president, says Professor Jerry Ghana.
So who actually frustrated him out of office may be so desperate to wish him back.
Workers have a right, a constitutionally afforded right to join unions or not to join.
Madam ADC gives article ultimatum to pick membership card. So it's not even pick his membership card. All these problems.
We are not all we have. They have other things.
Or we're not enough.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And of course, this clip is the one that touches me the most. This one is the one that, painted a picture of what the people in the Middle Belt were experiencing in terms of insecurity. The mass killings, the mass graves, the mass burials. From one region to the other, there's the insecurity in the Northeast. There's the one in the Northwest. And then there's, of course, the one in the Middle Belt. And that clip of a young girl's cry, waking up to not seeing her family members, waking up to dead bodies, is one clip that shook all of us in 2025. I'm going to play that clip and then we'll start talking policies, government, leadership, and what my guest calls Tinubunomics for the year 2026. I cannot wait to pick his brain on a couple of things. But first, I want to play this clip. I'm just waiting for it to load up and then we'll play it. If you haven't joined us on YouTube, please do so. We're Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Yes, go ahead and join us so you can watch. We're also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. This video is courtesy of Channels Television and it came from, I think, Plateau State. Watch.
Security and commissioners everywhere.
I won't be nice here, so eh?
Well, that is what became of us last year. People burying their dead every other day in mass graves. And the people said, enough is enough. Well, Lagos, in case you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts. Let me introduce my guest to you quickly. I think we're due for a break in a minute, 47 seconds. But let me bring my guest up. I think I have lost my guest. He will join us back in a bit. But these are the clips, some of the things that somewhat marked our 2025 from insecurity to education to, the economy to policies and party movements back and forth, questioning a lot of things that this administration had done well or didn't do right. And we're not leaving out the governors, because at some point the governors became part of the conversation with state policing. And of course, the federal government saying, well, with the subsidies gun money, the governors have become richer in billions. Look at your governors. Ask them questions. What are they doing with these monies? These are some of the high points of 2025, I beg your pardon. And then, of course, before the close of the year, we saw bombs flying into Nigeria, courtesy of the US government, right after when we started hearing that, it was just Christians that were being killed and the government was not doing anything. Obviously, in one way, making the people who are not necessarily Christians who have been killed feel a little left out. But then Nigerians said, well, if you're going to come and help us, come help us. But what is the ulterior motive? Everyone's still asking till today. My guest is joining us right now. But we have to go on a quick break, Lagos. When we come back, there's enough time for us to talk. For the next 2 hours, we're setting the agenda for 2026. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
It's a season of giving. Nigeria Info FM and Mommy Gift want you to join us in giving. Give your old books, old school bags, old shoes, and you can give new ones too. All you have to do is bring them to our office at plot 267A, Timian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And in the new year, we will deliver to the less privileged. It's the Mommy Gift Initiative, supported by Nigeria Info FM. Start donating your gifts today. For more information, call 080-999-20254. That is 080-999-20254.
Let me tell you the real thing to brag about. Brag about how authentic you are. Brag about your confidence and your vibe. Brag about your style, your energy. And yes, brag about how amazing you smell. Because there is one fragrance that gives you all of that in one bottle. Wazobia perfume.
Oh yes, Wazobia perfume. The same perfume everybody's talking about. See, once you step in with Wazobia perfume, you don't need to talk too much. The fragrance does the talking for you. Be authentic, be confident, be classy. Treat yourself and your friends to Wazobia perfume today. Available as both perfume and body spray.
Get your Wazobia perfume today at any store near you or order online for carton purchases or to stock Wazobia perfume. Please call 0201-330-0047 or email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
From breaking headlines to the conversations around it, this is 99.3.
Why is it that the terrorists are killing us over 14 years? They could not sweep to action.
Because you would think if there was a government in this state, in this area, there is an expected disposition.
Security is everybody's duty. Where I'm staying, I've never even seen a policeman.
Oh, the FCC detains ex-AGF Bellamy.
I want the government wants to come from one party to the other. That's all they focus on.
Imagine it was PDP that is rolling over 2024 budget. What the APC could have done in the I cannot waste my time to go to the polling booth to vote again anymore. It is over.
Stay informed, stay aware, join the conversation. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
Welcome back to Still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. My guest, unfortunately, dropped out. I guess it's the network that kicked him out. Hopefully he can join us again. But let's get straight into the conversation for today. Welcome to January 2026, apparently the very first day in the year. Now, we're back, of course, and today we're going to be unpacking the realities that are shaping us as Nigerians, and what becomes of our lives this year. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria, for those of you who do not know, projects that the economy will grow by about 4.49% this year, with inflation easing significantly towards the low teens as macroeconomic reforms take hold. External reserves are expected to rise towards about $51 billion, supported by stronger exports and fiscal adjustments, which actually started last year. Now, at the same time that these projections signal optimism of sorts, new tax laws, the most comprehensive overhaul of fiscal code in decades, officially takes effect today. For those of you who do not remember, it takes effect today. Now, that brings both hope and controversy. The courts have cleared their implementation despite legal challenges, and key structures like the Federal Inland Revenue being renamed and, of course, expanded as the Nigerian Revenue Service. I saw their post today on Instagram saying that this is a whole new strategy for them, and they're going to be working better. Now, we've heard optimistic numbers about GDP and inflation, but Nigerians are still grappling with daily realities. Like, most people aren't able to pay their rents anymore. People can no longer afford their take-home pay, can no longer take them home. The economic realities are staring them right in the face. The cost of living crisis is through the roof. Infrastructure deficits everywhere. The roads are terrible. The hospitals are a mess. I saw someone dragging the governor of Ogun State and talking about the state hospital looking like a hellhole. Well, it looks like Dakwa seems to be a good governor only on Instagram, but in reality, there are too many people who are dragging him for bad roads, for bad infrastructure, abandonment, basically. So these are some of the things that Nigerians are still having to deal with, even when the figures seem to be good. Service delivery also, on the other hand, is terrible. It falls short of need. So based on what we're seeing in the official macroeconomic outlooks, it's enough for us to ask that what does governance still need to get right in order to turn these numbers into noticeable improvements in our lives? Whether it's in the north, in the east, in the south, how can Nigerians begin to feel the impact of good governance is the question. And I'm hoping that my guest can join me right now. So, we go ahead with the conversation. I'm going to try to get my guest to join us right now. But you can be part of the conversation. Join us right now, 0201 277 0993. If you are male, for the female, 0201 465 7190. Join the conversation. The phone lines are open. Let's talk. Happy New Year to you all. Let's go. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Miriam, Happy New Year to you.
Same to
Great
you.
to have you this year. Jonathan is my name.
Thanks, Jonathan, for joining us.
Thank you very much. And Miriam, I read the president's speech yesterday, and at the point, I just switched off my phone. They are just like lecturer. Miriam, in the 2000, the naira is exchanging for the dollar at 100 naira. In the year 2023, they hand over to this president at 640. And he's telling me that inflation is coming down, or all English he's speaking on that his speech yesterday. He should categorize it for me, how that inflation is coming down. Miriam, and I used to service my vehicle, I used to buy my engine on 5,000 naira. Go and buy engine oil now. It's 20-something thousand naira.
I know.
And this president is preaching that inflation is coming down. Maybe I don't know English. You should teach me English. Let me stop at there, Miriam.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Mary Ann, Happy New Year.
Hi, Mercy. Welcome.
Hey, we make it.
Yes, so.
How up, ma?
We thank God.
I greet everyone. Happy New Year. Mariana, on a country, don't tire me out, Jerry. We are just deceiving ourselves, right? So anyone what they good for them, let them do.
Okay.
They have already tell us that it's God, so nothing we can do.
Okay. All right, Mercy. Thank you very much for calling. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Marian.
Yes, good afternoon.
With Imam speaking to you from Ekwe.
Go ahead.
With a tough 2025, just like the previous caller who said the president has turned himself to a pastor, Mr. Preacher. We don't really need words. What we need are action, positive action, that leads to positive results. That is what Nigerians need. And then for the tax reform, people there's still apprehension, in the land. Let's see how it goes. In the next 1-2 weeks, things will become clearer. But for this year, for me personally, I don't go good for anything APC. And anything that looks like APC. Begin from Marian to Okon. Because
when did I become a politician? Because I don't remember being a member of any political party. So what does my name have to do with this, though?
I'm not the one who appoints you as the special advisor to the governor on promises.
I'm self-appointed. Even the governor doesn't know he appointed me, but I do a good job.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much for calling. By the way, Happy New Year to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. How are you doing? So you're having a great holiday? Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello? Oh, sorry about that. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Miriam.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm not calling from Afro-Median.
Go ahead.
Yes, Miriam, you know that this present government now, it's just like they are forcing Nigerians to leave. We are forcing to leave. What we don't want is what we are seeing. I have never seen any good thing that this government have done for us since they entered this government. But what I'm saying is that when you are a leader, you listen to people that you are leading. What do they want? Why are they crying? Why are they laughing? You know whether they are happy. But this present government don't want to know. They don't want to care and know what people need. They are forcing us to do. Transportation, we are not there. Education, we are not there. Doctors on strike. Lecturers on strike. Everywhere problem. This tax now, I hope they said they should look into it. And now presidents refuse to listen to people and they implement it to start today. What can we do? Look at our governors, all the allocations they are getting. We are not seeing anything. In our own constituency, my own, I've never even seen anything my governor have done in my place throughout this year, last year, 2025.
What state are you from? What state are you from?
Imo State. Go there, you see. I was there.
I mean, your governor pays millions to advertise what he's doing. He calls it Imo is rising. I'm surprised that you're saying that your governor's not done anything in Imo State.
Who am I to argue with him? The power is in his hand. He can advert. If you go to Above Wole Road, you see his advert with his wife and the other people that are congratulating him. Yes, because he has the power to do that. Nobody will challenge him because the power is in his hand.
Why wouldn't anybody challenge him if he's telling stories, cock and bull stories?
Yes, we are tired.
Why can't anybody challenge him, especially if he's not doing the right thing?
We have been saying even state capital throughout the whole week there is no, like last year the workers are jubilating because of 13 months. The governor paid in 13 months. Last year, 2024 December, it was announced in the radio, television, they go to church and they celebrating because of 13 months. But 2025, this December, what happened? The light have quenched. In the state capital, there was no light there. For 4 days inside state capital of Igbo, go and ask. So what are we doing? Our president said we should ask our governors what are they doing with the money they give them. Yes, I can't blame them because I think 2027 is coming. We are ready for them. But I'm sorry for those that will now put hand into them and tell them that they are coming again. Thank you very much. God bless you. We are not seeing anything.
Thank you very much for calling. Interesting. My guest is having problems joining the Zoom meeting back again. I don't know why. I'm going to try as much as possible to see if I can get him back on Zoom. Hopefully we can get him. But in the meantime, I'd like to hear from you guys. Let's talk. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Mary, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
God bless you. Happy New Year.
Yes. Well, same to you.
It's me, Pastor Mecca from Akute.
Go ahead.
But now I'm on the island. And there is something you asked when they are doing the introduction, talking about how do these people want us to see. For there to be a good governance, the people, the leaders have to have the right mind. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So this what we are saying today is as a result of the mind. For example, when during the campaign 2023, Jimmy said that we should watch out all the 4 candidates. I mean, yes, 3 of them, P2B, Atiku, and His Excellency Ahmad. But what we are seeing today is likely what we are going to see when either of them manages as the president, and we have seen it. You understand? So why can we get a better country? It's for the people, the leaders, to have the right mind. The Bible says when the righteous is on the people rejoice. It's because they are not dead. We are having these issues all around. One person said they have been praying for Nigeria since 1973 up to now. Nothing has changed. So it's not what prayer alone can do. We have to come out. So that is it. So that's just the truth, Marian.
Yeah.
So we keep saying this on radio and television year in, year out, without results. By the way, I have seen light on the Ikorodu Road. You know, I complained last time about the Ikorodu Road. I have seen street lights.
My guy is doing well. You see, my governor is working.
He's working. So another idea you have to look into, Otedala Bridge underneath at night is dangerous. So there should be light under it at night because people are always afraid of passing there at night. On that bridge. Okay. God bless you for your good work. Thank you. God
very much.
You. I wish you a successful 2026 in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. We're looking forward into 2026, I beg your pardon. We're setting the agenda. Obviously, we're going to be talking about different things. But first and foremost, how do we get government to not just tell us what they think is happening on paper, but for us to also be able to feel it as Nigerians? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
It's Kenny from Shomolu.
All right, Kenny, go ahead, please.
How are
Happy
you,
New
Marianne?
Year.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Yes.
How are we going to see the dividends of all the reforms that the government is doing, particularly, Tinubu's administration? I feel that the number one thing should be done is to root out corruption. How should they do it? My suggestion, every single governor who has instituted a retirement package for themselves, that retirement package should be unbundled. They are not eligible for retirement packages. Everyone that has access to our treasury and has misappropriated the monies, those monies should be repatriated back to the government coffers. Mr. President, please, I am very sorry to say this, but that library that a lot of people donated towards the completion of in Abuja, has it been completed yet? If the money has not been used for what we were told it would be intended for, that money should go to something that will build the infrastructure in this country. The USAID has stopped funding HIV/AIDS program. That money should go and support that HIV program. I feel that once we root out corruption in this country, everything will fall in place. Mr. President, the ball stops on your table and the action starts with you. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kenny, and Happy New Year to you. 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. You could join the conversation. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Action Lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy New Year, my sister.
Same to you.
Happy New Year. Every one of us, both the callers, the listeners, Nigeria info workers, Happy New Year. Miriam, the governor of Edo State, they say the man is on ground. He's the people's governor. Ogun State, they mention roads. I was going through Ijebu-Moshi. Rather than following the Shagamu Express Road, we go into the village, drive and find a way, bust out to the express again. Bypass is hell. coming back, I said, okay, let me try the town. That is Benin town. If there'll be difference. Oh my God. See this flyover that guy is building. I don't know who advised him to do such thing. That flyover for 10 years. That guy will never complete that thing. No road in Benin City. And they say it's the people's governor. You know where the former toll gate is in Benin? Where you have the road safety office. That section of the road coming to Lagos is like River Ethiopia. When I saw it, I said, this is in the town now. And they said this man is walking. You come to a dome, there's my own state. The same thing. All of them are APC. Like I always say to Nigerians, please now, enough of all this awarawa politics we are playing. No, let's stand our ground and say no to these guys with all their manipulation, rigging or whatever. We are more than them in number. We the voters, we the non-party card carrying members, we are more in numbers. Enough is enough, please. Miriam, do you know I slept on the road yesterday? No, Tuesday when I was coming. I got to Lagos yesterday. Why I leave on Tuesday? What type of thing is it? See children, luxurious balls breaking down, children, women lying down by the bush. If it were that area where they are kidnapped, is it not a bonus for them? Ask people who travel now. Yesterday, when I was coming back, I left my place on Tuesday. I didn't get to Lagos until Wednesday around 2 or 3 p.m. And we have APC government all over the place. But it was PDP, people were shouting, Jonathan, Jonathan. But this time, nobody, people are afraid of mentioning this man who is running the affairs of this country. Mary, I want to thank you guys, Nigeria Info, at least for allowing us to speak and letting us know what is going on in the country. When I say we all are in for it, look at the tax reform. Don't implement this. You refuse. Is that democracy? Is it about the people? We all are in for it, oh. Thank you, Action Lady.
Thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993. You can send a WhatsApp message on 0809597585. It's interesting. But 2026, I want to be very positive about what, what's to come. Because you see, 2025 somewhat put a dampener on our hopes, but how do we give life to those things that we're hoping to see in 2026? That's why we're here, to set agenda. Unfortunately, my guest is having a huge internet connection issue, and he was good while he was here, but I guess that the internet is saying not today, unfortunately. We're going to try again to see if we can get him to join us. In the meantime, I want to take more of your thoughts and comments. We still have 2 hours of this conversation. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Sandra.
Excuse me?
AB speaking from Ekpe.
Who's Sandra?
Okay, sorry. Miriam Okon, sorry. I don't want to spin, I want to make sense. You understand me? If we that are supporting the government, it's not because you are not seeing anything. See, it's not about APC or PDP. Are you getting me? If we don't say what this government is doing, okay, don't you want to pay tax? You don't know that paying tax as a citizen is one of the signs that you are a citizen of Nigeria. It's the obligation of every Nigerian to pay tax. And moreover, they are saying that the low earners will not pay it. So are we like this? And we are pointing it to APC government. We should help the government, point them to what they should do. Okay, like the last caller said, say, okay, this road, that road, but don't assign it to APC. It's not about that. I get no. Moreover, this government, they are trying. Look at the Lagos Calabar Road, wonderful project. The East-West Road that we talk about, they are this tax bill, it is for our benefit. If we pay tax, then we'll be able to hold the government to account. If we don't pay tax, just like yesterday, you
make it sound like people don't pay taxes. People have been paying taxes. The ones that they've been paying taxes for.
You asked one of your caller yesterday. You asked her that if she paid tax, she dodged it because most of us don't pay. But this government is trying to make sure everybody.
Speak for yourself, Abby. I need you to speak for yourself.
Okay.
If you don't pay taxes,
you asked her that question.
That's not what I'm talking about.
And she dodged it because they don't pay. You understand?
How do you know that she doesn't pay? Again, I'm saying.
I listen to you guys
for yourself.
Now.
Excuse me, Abby. Speak for yourself. If you pay taxes, what has your tax money been done with? And I'm asking a simple question. How do we help government? Listen. Let me ask the question, sir. Excuse me. Can you listen? I'm asking a question. What do we do to ensure that what government says they're doing is not just on paper, but it's showing in our lives? That's what I asked. I'm not asking about taxes.
Yes. That is why we should monitor. We shouldn't assign in APC to look as if we are speaking sentimentally. We should monitor. Just like I said, we can see the Lagos Calabar. What is going on there? You know, some people used to say that they won't finish. It's not about they won't finish, but they have started it. We should give them kudos for that.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. You're just saying the same thing over and over again. How do we make sure? You're saying monitor. Okay, great. Monitoring, how does it help? Because we hear, I mean, somebody just called and said, oh, the governor of Lagos State or the government of Lagos State has finally lit up a certain part of, Lagos that they've been crying for it to be lit. Now it's being done. Now, of course, monitoring, pushing, putting pressure has caused that to happen. But if you just say we should monitor, are we monitoring spirits? What's the plan? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Maria, good afternoon.
Yes.
My name is Robert.
Go ahead.
Maria, sometimes if I listen to some people, will be like saying I use my radio, wipe down, make the tea just scatter. Honestly.
There's no violence here, please. People have a right to their opinion.
I know. Thank you. Maria, this government, they are good in reading speeches, you understand? No, nothing to show for the speech. Last year, this April, it's a budget of whatever, you name it. At the end of the day, they transfer 70% of the budget to this year. I will not be waiting the money to do that. This year again, is somewhere Onanuga was the one that all those things that you hear. Onanuga, if you go to his file in article Twitter, you see Onanuga there. And you see, they use if they go to they will sell one of their members to the market, go a price Gary. If Gary come down, if rice come down, they will tell you the economy is doing fine.
And you know this. Are you part of the people that they send to go and price the Gary?
Mary, wait now. I know how these people work. See, they have people who talk for them everywhere. If you go to Facebook everywhere, you understand. And again, this APC government, this man, my friend Chris, you see, we all are in for it. Let me borrow his word. Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you very much, Robert, for calling. You can post your comment on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info, we're live. You could also join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 08095975805. We would like to hear from you. Go ahead and join the conversation. Okay, join the conversation. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Oh dear, so sorry. Call me back. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy New Year, my sister.
Same to you.
Miriam.
Yeah.
You told the last caller, Robert, no violence. But sometimes some people will talk on radio. You will feel like exploding. An adult will be talking and making fool of the rest of us.
No. It's their opinion. It's how they think. It's what they think. It's what they see from where they stand. You can't fault them for it. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. That's what they see.
Nigeria,
if you don't agree with it, put your own point forward. Leave the person.
No problem. It is that point that brought us all here. It is that docility that all of us continue to we want to push an opinion, maybe from ethnic agenda. But the truth is, it is happening. I once told you on this station, I said it, and everything I always said, I'm always happy that when I make a reminder of it, it comes clear. I said the ineptitude and the flagrant abuse of power and intentional abuse of it, that we may not have all it takes as a people, because when we want to talk, we'll be coerced, we'll be intimidated, and we'll be shunned from making our point. I said, the way it goes, it might get to that level that a police of the world might take all it takes, or might have all it takes to push us to a point of order. And it is already happening. This is 2026. In as much as those in power decided to feel that nobody can do them anything because subsidy is gone, and it has become like that. Any other narrative we want to correct, we want to put up as civil society organization, they will use their forces, their state apparatus to shut us down. I think time is coming when the hunter will be hunted, because this nonsense can never continue forever. Right. You can't rule a state like this. Anything you want, you get it because you feel you have all it takes to influence everybody. It can't continue like one day, monkey go market, you know, go return. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go for a quick break. When we come back, my guest will join us. Stay with us. It's still hard facts. Welcome to the new year, and we're setting the agenda for leadership, for good governance, for the economy, for security. Government has to be accountable to us. And how do we hold them to account is the subject for the conversation. Stay with us.
Most brilliant young minds are gearing up once again. Are you ready to join them? Registration for the live audition opens December 11th, 2025 and closes January 10th, 2026. Think your school has what it takes to stand out on the biggest secondary school debate platform in the country? Here's how to be part of it. Visit www.nigeriainfo.fm to register. Or head to our X and Instagram pages and click on the registration link in our bio. Note, only schools can register directly, not individual students. Don't miss your chance to be part of this exciting intellectual showdown. I beg to differ, where the leaders of tomorrow raise their voices today.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
For news, sports, and talk that you can relate.
If I told you now to come and buy a Shebi for 20,000 naira, that you would quickly get that money out. But if I told you to come and do a health check and you should put down 20,000 naira, you probably would say it's very, very expensive.
That's too much now.
Why should I go and dash one doctor? And because people are not paying attention, people are therefore getting sicker and sicker.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Well, it's 2026 and we are assessing the agenda for the year, for good governance, for policies. And this is a conversation we're going to have all through next week from different perspectives. It's unending, but we will continue to have these conversations because, you see, we have to start the year on a very good note and make sure that we are the ones leading the conversation, setting the tone for the conversations and not politicians and propaganda. In case you're just joining us, it's Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation on X. Use the hashtag Hard Facts. Now, I did say to you that we've heard optimistic numbers from government. I mean, I'm going to give you a brief on Mr. President's speech this morning, just a little bit of the things that he's promised. But Nigerians are still grappling with the cost of living crisis. They're grappling with daily realities staring them in the face. They're looking at, delivery on the part of government that has fallen short. And so they cannot marry what they're hearing on the news or seeing in the newspaper and their lived reality. And so, what is the way forward? How do we make accountability a priority, a watchword for our politicians? So it's not just lip service, piling, monies in their pocket and bank account, flying in private jets, while we continue to moan and groan. What do we do? Well, my guest is sending his apologies. Unfortunately, where he is in Zaria, he's having connection issues, and so he begs for our forgiveness and understanding because he cannot be part of the conversation today. But then, of course, gives you and I time to have more conversations till the top of the hour, 5 o'clock. But next is the news at the top of the hour. Hillary is here. Right after that, we'll continue with the conversation. Stay with us. It's still Hard Facts, the very first one for 2026. And I'm Marianne Dukako.
With information comes power.
We give you more power with information.
99.3
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. You're tuned in to 99.3 Nigeria Info, where the news hits first and every conversation matters.
I believe in Lagos, you already know that every heavy rain feels like another flood warning.
And of most importantly, the court has ordered the arrest of former INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud.
Labour Party leader calling on INEC.
Of 100 kidnapped school children.
The swift and the explicit precision these people use is so surprising. Have you seen that Nigerian government have heads in? Why are we having coup in all the whole African countries?
Every hour, every story, every angle. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. And now the business news.
Good evening, Lagos. It's the business news, and I'm Hilary Noruka. President Bola Tinubu has promised that 2026 will be a more prosperous year for Nigerians. In his New Year message, the president added that economic reforms will be sustained. He also revealed that Nigeria recorded steady growth in 2025 with improved exchange rate stability and easing inflation. Tinubu says foreign reserves and investor confidence also improved. He's urging Nigerians to remain patient and united, saying the reforms will deliver long-term benefits. And as the new year begins, Nigeria's new tax laws take effect today. But some Nigerians say they remain unsure about what the changes really mean. In their reactions to us, some people say they are confused about tax rates, deductions, and how the money will benefit citizens. Others are worried that businesses and low-income earners could be unfairly affected.
Country where they do tax something. Let's see how it goes, because
many people have different speculations. We don't even know how many percentage.
What am I preparing for? I've always paid tax and I'm still paying tax as long as I'm earning.
How much am I earning? I don't think it's understandable enough.
Deduction is the problem here. Are we responsible for whatever they want to do with the money?
And this one where poor man they use chop. Now you want to see you can't collect. We would like them to just give us breakdown on how this tax works. I think they should have come to the market, because I say that any money went out account, they come more money inside.
Meanwhile, the federal government has dismissed claims that the new tax laws allow authorities to debit Nigerians' bank accounts at will. The chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, says such claims are false. He says tax identification rules being circulated are not new and have been in place since 2020.
the tax ID that you need to put into your account if you are using your account for business or to earn income was something that was introduced in 2020. So which means it's not even new. It's been there for over 5 years. So if government wanted to use that to debit your bank account, they would have been doing it since 5 years ago. They won't need a new law to do that.
Oyedele says bank accounts or assets can only be accessed after a long legal process. He explains that action is only taken after notices are ignored, appeals exhausted, or admitted taxes remain unpaid.
The taxman does not need anybody other than the board chair, the head of the revenue service, to sign a warrant. But before they can do that, your tax must be final and conclusive. And when the taxman levies that warrant, the law says if he needs the help of the police must attend to the taxman. So that process you have today. And in the new law, it has only strengthened it in favor of the taxpayer because the board chairman cannot just sign the warrant anymore.
And finally, the Nigeria Labour Congress is demanding an urgent review of workers' salaries. Labour says current wages no longer match the rising cost of living. NLC President Joe Ajero says workers deserve a living wage, not survival pay. He's warning that Labour will mobilize if the government fails to act. And that's business news this hour. Happy New Year and enjoy the rest of 2026.
Nigeria Info, your number one for news. Always spot on, fresh and direct on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The news. Timely, fresh as it breaks on 99.3 Nigeria.
This is your number one station.
99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The news you need, the conversation you hear, the station you love.
Petrol exports hit 371 billion naira amid heavy import reliance.
Resident doctors give federal government 30 days to address doctors' demands.
Jonathan will return to Aso Rock as president, says Professor Jerry Ghana.
So who actually frustrated him out of office may be so desperate to wish him back.
Workers have a right, a constitutionally afforded right to join unions or not to join.
Madam ADC gives Article ultimatum to pick membership card, so it's not even pick this membership card. All these problems.
We are not all we have. They have other things.
Or we're not enough.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Stay informed and stay connected on 99.3.
I think questions against Pengasiners, who are they fighting for?
I mean, this Pengasin is supposed to serve the interests of the country first.
This incident has showed us from the design stage we lack safety culture.
They're telling us that Nigeria's rental market is spiraling.
Don't put personal interest above national interest.
There are things that are in this country that some people travel to come and learn, like my culture.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has dismissed claims that Nigerians have lost confidence in the country's electoral system.
So Nigeria is exporting oil, and Nigeria is also importing petrol. How about that?
Well, what would have informed you rejecting an emergency case? That's what I'm saying. Gunshot wounds are emergency.
It's always more conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hatchback. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, Lagos. It's still Hard Facts. I'm Hilary Noroka. Marianne will be back shortly. But we can continue the discussion she started. I mean, it's 2026, and she's been asking you, Lagos, what do you think? What are your plans for the new year? And what should the government do to ensure Nigeria becomes a better country this year? The lines are still open. The male line, of course, is 0201-277-0993, and the female line is 0201-465-7190. I'll repeat the male line 0201-277-0993, and the female line is 0201-465-7190. You can also send a WhatsApp message to the number 08095975805. Like I said, she'll be back shortly, but the lines are open. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hillary, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Pete Obons from Shangotedo. Yeah, standing in for Marian for the shorter time. This is it. When you talk about the government, you talk about the political party, and people come against you. But however, I'm not comfortable if a government cannot give us accountability, and that's my issue. And we Nigerians, we are not pressing. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Because I cannot hear you from my okay. If you are not giving us accountability, what is it? Look at when the president came to power, the APC Tinubu came to power. He told us the very first thing he told us, it is gone, and he told us at the end of the day, this is going to be the dividend of the subsidy today. From 2020 to today, how much have we realized? What is the statistical value of what we have gained? Where have the money gone to? Even in his government, we are told that some Abacha loot were brought back. What have they done to it? Because Nigerians are not asking accountability. And now you are going to go into, I keep saying this, you will remove subsidy. Now you are going to tax the people again. You see, this tax or no tax that I'm saying, I do not trust it. I don't believe it. For him to have emphasized, let me use in my own words, not in strong authority that if we like it, we don't like it, that he's going to commence today. Give Nigerians time to balance themselves. Give Nigerians time to understand. I have not understood it yet. I don't know what it means. It all means. So I need time to understand. We are too fast to implement it. Well, I wish Nigerians all the best, but accountability matters. This will determine he's coming back in 2027. Good afternoon or good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And I think I'll go straight to the next call. But I know, yes, accountability is something that Nigerians have been asking for. And I lost this call. And the tax laws need to be clear for everyone to understand. So the problem right now with the tax laws is that there are complaints that there are various gazettes, right? There is the one that I have a copy of the tax laws, which is what's on the website of the fiscal committee, the website. And I understand everything that's there. But now we hear that there is another copy. And the National Assembly, before the National Assembly went on recess, disclosed that the tax laws will be re-gazetted. So right now, it looks like we're going to have 3 different copies. And I think, yes, Nigerians need some sort of clarity and transparency there. Okay, the female lines seem to be dropping. So let me head straight to the male line. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Can you turn on the volume of your radio sets?
AB speaking from good evening, Larry.
Okay, I encourage you to call back. There's some sort of problem with your line. Call back, ensure you turn down the volume of your radio set and go to a place that's quiet, a place with good network. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Jonathan is my name, Larry.
Yes, Happy New Year. Go ahead.
Let me first talk about this tax issue. For me, it's very clear. There is no ambiguity in it. The tax is to face those rich people. And as far as I'm concerned, it is those rich people that are now turning the tide against themselves because they don't want to be taxed. Now, Tinubu has done his own policy to face ordinary us. We are bearing it for how many years going now? Okay, now he wants to fix a tax that will exempt the poor. These same politicians and the elites, because they know that the ones that targeted, they have now do one thing, mumbo jumbo, telling us out here that there is two copy, there's one copy, this copy, that copy. Not everybody is a fool out here. I don't blame all of them because all of them.
Are you doubting the 2 members of the House of Representatives who have personally?
I'm doubting them seriously. As a matter of fact, I'm suspecting that they are being used. That's why that's my honest truth. Because if you go and lead the policy, even Kawu Dele has come here to explain it so many times. The tax is not against the poor people, but it's these same elites and these rich people because they know. Because Oyedele said that day, you need to earn at least like 20 million per month before you will be taxed. How many of us are earning that? Not many of us. And that is what is against them. You can remember the Oyema too spoke last week that flight is going to come, blah, 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 this, blah, blah. Everybody started propounding their own theory because they know they want to get it. That's what I'm saying here, Larry.
All right, thank you so
For
much.
what I just heard in your 4 o'clock news, these NLC people, they want to come with their cut and pasting into this year again. So it's just knowing that the what they are paying people is not. Didn't we say then? I think these guys are confused people.
Okay, but in 30 seconds, before you drop the call, in 30 seconds, can you?
Yes.
What would you want the government to do to make 2026 better for you and other Nigerians?
Very simple. Work on the FX. Return the FX. Either you return back to where you met it, or like I said in year 2000, go and check, Google it. 100 naira to exchange of dollar. Return it.
All right, thank you
if
so
you
much.
do that, everything we arrange.
Thank you so much for your time. So that's what we want to hear. What do you think would make Nigeria better this year? Would make your life as a Nigerian better this year? On your part and on the government's part, what should people be doing and what should the government be doing? Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, so what's your name? Where are you calling from? And then
yes, I'm Madam Lucky from Beduleki. Can you hear me?
Yes, Lagos can hear you.
Okay. My comment about it is this. I think when a particular government comes to power and he want to do all the reform at once, now let him get Nigeria, make us speak English for you. Now the Nigeria is not one person's property. It's a collective interest. You come to power, you start from day one, you make more money from subsidy, put for the federal account. Governors are flying private jets, making more money. Nigerians are dying. You remove your electricity subsidy, taking the money goes there. Custom is doing their own. Cost of servicing of motors, spare parts, everything, noodles, they are jumping up. People are suffering. Okay, this tax you are talking about now. I heard yesterday when I was watching television with my daughter yesterday, I discovered that bank can go to charge people if you transfer 10,000 naira, they will be charging you. Is that not taxing the poor people?
Not transferable. Well, basically, yes, that's it.
That is it now. At least you will be paid to be charged 10,000 naira for a particular transaction when you go maybe 10,000 to somebody. Who are the people doing 10,000? Is it not the poor people? So what I'm saying here is that all this money that we'll be making, it means that more money into the basket, that federal account is a major problem. It's a basket. Money you put on it, there's no control. It's only the military guys those days that have control because they have power to say, I want to do 10 million land bridge. And nobody asks questions. But this one now, when the money comes, go to a federal account, he share it and he has no control over it. So it's there just like people in Lagos continue to collect money from people selling pure water, selling orange in Oshodi. Don't you know those people that they are paying for tickets?
Thank you so much.
Those people that sell pure water orange,
so
they pay. Go to Oshodi and they pay. So this is the thing they carry to Abuja, impoverishing Nigerian for all this thing.
All right, so but in 30 seconds, can you tell us what should the government be doing to make life better for you and other Nigerians?
Yes, what I want him to do, but I know he will not listen because when a dog don't lost finish, the owner know the fit call him from bush again. I'm among people that work for him, but it's unfortunate today. See, what I expect him to do, one, he should, under this season, he should have boost the mind of Nigeria up by that custom duty. If this Nigerian government can suspend that duty, a kind of moratorium for just 3 months, I tell you the cost of spare parts, cost of your tire. Nigerians are no longer buying Michelin. I know how long ago that I bought Michelin tire. So then Nigerians no longer goes there. They buy tires, you drive from here to Port Harcourt, your tire don't bend because they are Chinese tires. Is it the kind of life we want to live?
All right, thank you so much.
Now you cannot go and buy Tokumbo spare parts in Ladipo because.
Thank you so much for your time. I just had to end it so that others will talk. So what you want is for the government to drop or reduce customs duties. So yeah, let's go to the next caller. Hello, what's your name?
Good afternoon.
From afternoon.
My name is Robert from Apapa. Let me tell you one of the propaganda of this APC government. Where Buhari was in power, he used Ibadan Expressway, as a common flag. For many years, he was on that Ibadan Expressway. You understand? This government now, they are on Calabar, whatever. Umar, he knows that even in 20 years to come, he cannot complete that. He knows, you understand? They put it there so that at least people will say, the government is back on, is it only that coastal road that is the road in Nigeria? You listen when Chris said when he was traveling from the state, he spent many years. If you go to the north, many of them, they are federal road or not state road. Umar not see those roads. Why is not concentrating on them? You understand? So, you see, my brother, look at, go to DMO, debt management something. How much Nigeria is, how much
a lot of money,
trillions we owe. Even if you, this year budget, debt service here, how much? Trillions. Is that a progressive country? They said this year budget they will use export to do what? What are we really producing now? If tells what they are going to export.
Okay, so you're talking about the problems. You know, we know most of the problems. The debts is growing daily, but this year,
This
2026,
government have no solution. Hillary, if you tell me I should provide solution,
yes,
they don't have. This government have nothing to offer. They
okay,
are
let me
just
put it
there.
this way. Let's
Fire
put it
by
this way.
error.
If you are a
You
presidential
understand?
advisor, if the president makes you an advisor today, special advisor on all things, right? What would be the first thing you would want the government to do?
Number one, I first sack that finance minister, Wale Eduabi. What does he call himself? He was invited the other day to tell us what is good. He did not even say anything about the economy on national TV. You understand? The Minister of State for Petroleum, Ojulari, have sacked him 210 trillion on account. He said it was misplaced. You understand? Later, NNPC went backward with federal government reconcile some account. We don't understand.
All right, thank you so much. That's the NNPC.
Wait, Hillary,
people need to talk.
Wait, 70% of last budget was transferred to this year. Is that a performance government? Let me drop. I don't want to waste time.
Thank you so much. I can tell you are obviously pissed. I mean, you've been doing mathematics, and yes. Oh, this call has dropped. So, hello. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I need to end this. The network is bad there. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hillary, my good brother, good afternoon, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much. Thank God for Johnny Mercy. Thank you for your prayers for me and my family that day.
Okay, this is Chris. You didn't say your name. Chris, yes. All right.
Christopher is my name.
Yes, all right.
I told you I'm traveling on Christmas Day.
Yes. How was your trip?
Oh, thank God. But it was hell, my brother. Thank God. In terms of road. The roads are bad, I'm telling you.
So
I was saying something
which
about
of the roads? Tell us which of the roads were bad. And
okay, for example, like from Shagamu here.
Yes.
To Ijebode, they are doing some work there. Then immediately after Ijebode, before the old toll gate, we had to go through the villages, like Ijebu Mushi, to go and bus out somewhere in front. Then you get to Ore as well. The drivers are not helping matters, so my brother. You see them driving against traffic, they will block themselves. Then you get to Edo State, the bypass is hell. Coming back, I said, okay, let me use the town. You know the town now, we normally follow town.
Yes.
It's even worse. When I say APC, somebody say don't call APC. No, we should call them out. These are all what they promise. Like the man said, you are building Coastal Road. Why not refurbish this Biniore Road? Even Bini Asaba. Why not refurbish? People suffer, Hillary. Children, women with their children, luxurious bus breaking down. You see children lying by the bush in the night. I had to sleep at Benin now to continue my journey because I can't take that risk to travel in the night. The roads are bad. Benin town, go.
Are you back to Lagos?
And they tell us the governor is the people's governor.
Are you back
when you talk, they say don't mention it.
So are you back?
Yeah, I'm back, my brother. I came by yesterday. I left on Tuesday, but I got to Lagos yesterday by 1:30 to 2.
Okay, so tell us now. I'm glad to have you back in Lagos. So tell us now, what should the government do to make this year and this country better for you and other Nigerians?
You see, they say to be a good leader, you be a good listener, right?
Absolutely.
Good. For example, look at this tax reform of a thing. NBA have complained. Other people have called. Say, look, hold on for this tax, whatever reform you are doing now.
Okay, so basically you want the government to suspend the implementation.
You should listen to the people.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
That's democracy.
Thank
you, Hillary.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year once more. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. So let's head on to... Okay, hello. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Malik speaking. You know, funny thing? What baffles me about Nigeria is that the educated ones are part of the ones that will work with the government and cripple the country. The non-educated ones, we are part of the educated ones that want to cripple the country. because they don't want us to be educated, and we are not ready for good governance. We are living in a fast lane that everybody wants to become a billionaire less than 1 second. Any slight opportunity, use it and finish it until you finish. When that woman said, remove the custom and duty charges, that things will go down, they will tell you it's old stock. I have to sell the old one first if I can start bringing my things down. I don't know if you understand me. That is how we operate because we are so wicked, selfish, greedy to ourselves in Nigeria. We don't have that thing called love to ourselves in Nigeria. Our wickedness is part of what is bringing us down. You will give a contract for a road that's only worth maybe 100 million, you increase it to 5 billion. Yes, you will do substandard road, and nobody will talk. We are not ready for good governance. We are getting what we want in Nigeria. If we are ready, we know what to do to put the right people in place. We know all those things.
What do we need to do? Because
we need to come together and say enough is enough. We need to come together and say enough is enough. If the right man there has not the right thing, we rally and say impeach the president. Do you think if 1 million Nigerians come and say we don't want the president, the man will be in office? The president will be afraid of impeaching.
All right, thank you so much.
Look at what happened to
Thank you so much for your contribution.
That the governor used to be flogging people that were protesting.
Yeah, we have to end this because we'll be going on a break shortly. We have to end this. And so right
Hillary,
now, Marianne is back. So.
As you can tell, the feeling that people have different feelers, and obviously people are giving opinions because of where they stand. So for some people, it's the tax, and I think for the tax issue, it's not that Nigerians don't want to pay taxes. I think that Nigerians are more wary of the fact that we can't trust the government.
Trust is an issue here.
It's the big issue. There's a gulf between us and the government, and until the government is able to close that gap, it's just going to be this every other month throughout the year.
And I was talking to someone the other day, and right now nobody is exactly sure which of the gazetted copies of the tax laws have become effective today.
Exactly. That is why the NBA and several other agencies.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Let me tell you the real thing to brag about. Brag about how authentic you are. Brag about your confidence and your vibe. Brag about your style, your energy. And yes, brag about how amazing you smell. Because one fragrance that gives you all of that in one bottle. Wazobia perfume.
Oh yes, Wazobia perfume. The same perfume everybody's talking about. See, once you step in with Wazobia perfume, you don't need to talk too much. The fragrance does the talking for you. Be authentic, be confident, be classy. Treat yourself and your friends to Wazobia perfume today. Available as both perfume and body spray.
Get your Wazobia perfume today at any store near you or order online for cotton purchases or to stock Wazobia perfume. Please call 0201-330-0047 or email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Start your day and have a good time. Kiwo Creamer. Where you need to have the break time. Kiwo Creamer. If not tea, or margarita. Kiwo Creamer. Kiwo Creamer.
From breaking headlines to the conversations around it, this is 99.3.
Why is it that the terrorists are killing us over 14 years? They will not sweep to action.
Because you would think if there was a government in this state, in this area, there is an expected disposition.
Security is everybody's duty. Where I'm staying, I've never even seen a policeman.
BFCC detains ex-AGF Bellamy.
How one governor wants to come from one party to the other. That's all they focus on.
Imagine it's a PDP that is rolling over 24 budget. What the APC could have done with the I cannot waste my time to go to the polling booth to vote again anymore. It is over.
Stay informed, stay aware, join the conversation. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With hard facts, you you're sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Miriam Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, I'm back. I had to dash out for a quick emergency, and of course, Hillary had to hold down the fourth. But we have 26 more minutes to continue this conversation, Lagos, and we're asking questions. As we set into the new year, we came into 2026 with all the problems that have been almost insurmountable in 2025. We've got questions that we need federal government to answer, state governors to answer, councillors to answer. In 2025, they didn't. So we're still bringing those questions to 2026 because in governance, accountability should be the watchword. Although in Nigeria, that can be argued away and debated away, and the A's can have it. But how do we hold our government to account in dealing with this issue, this situation in 2026? So that we don't go around in the same circles this year. The president gave us a very fantastic speech this morning, and I did promise that we're going to look at some bits and pieces of the speech because there were some high points in that speech, and obviously something that we should take into consideration as we continue this conversation on the way forward. Of course, in the president's New Year message, he highlights his administration's achievements. He never ever stops doing that, even though sometimes we argue if these achievements are indeed our achievements. But then there are those that we agree with and say, well, you seem to have done well in this part, Mr. President. But he talked about, despite the global economic crisis and headwinds, he's saying that his government has recorded tangible and measurable gains, particularly in the economy. The one that you're complaining about, the president is saying, we've measured several gains. In fact, he said, and I quote, in 2026, our security and intelligence agencies will deepen cooperation with regional and global partners to eliminate all threats to national security. He wrote this on X. So, he's also talked about sustaining momentum on major reforms. He said we had a fiscal reset and also recorded steady economic progress. He said these achievements reaffirm our belief that difficult but necessary reforms that we embarked upon are moving us in the right direction with more concrete results on the horizon for the ordinary Nigerian. That's you and me. So how do we keep the president, the governors, members of the National Assembly, states assemblies, councillors and chairmen on their toes to make sure that the average common person is not grinding their teeth and weeping because the economy is not favoring them? Let's talk. 0201 277 0993. Welcome to the new year. We're setting the agenda for 2026. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Miriam, Happy New Year. AB from Ekpe calling. Yeah.
AB, you've called me before now. AB, you have called me before.
Yeah, Robert called and called again. Robert called
yeah, because I wasn't here. Nobody's supposed to call twice. Chris, you're not supposed to call twice. Robert, you're not supposed to call twice. Don't do that, please, because you make everybody else feel that they're allowed to call twice. Please, please, please. We're talking about the same thing. Allow for other people to also be part of the conversation. Thank you so much. Let's be civil. It's a new year. Hello.
Good afternoon, Marian Duke Okon. Happy New Year.
Same to
and
you.
May the year bless you this day.
Thank you very much. Bless you too.
Yeah, that's God trained from Lakwe.
Okay.
Indeed, we'll be hearing a good address from the president, current and the past. But what positive impact has those address have in the lives of ordinary Nigerians? Now, we'll be going through hell, and all these that are being spoken, people crying, dying. Has the authority under this current government shown any concern enough? Is security, for instance, if not for the American, the president that came up, what has happened to the list given by the name of the financial and the terrorist supporter? Some of the terrorist sponsors and sympathizers, they are in government. The names were mentioned and the people protested. The Minister of State for Defense, Matawale, and other, a lot of things surround him. And before he was given that opportunity, but the demand the president bother about, the EFCC chairman that was trying to do the work in terms of the money, the billion that Matawale and the cars under his cover, what did the president do? Did he not ignore it? So all these things are just for sake. It is these people are only there to grab. They have nothing to offer. Hunger in the land, killing on the land. They will collect from you and me,
How
and
do
they
we
use it
hold
for their
them to
family.
we know, so Godwin, we know the problems. You and I have talked about the problems. Everyone who's listening today knows the problems. How do we solve it? Which is, what is our role in keeping these guys on their toes, holding their foot to the fire? How do we do it? Where do we do it? When do we start doing it? Because it's not enough for us to call and complain.
Yes. Now, the way it is now, it's like, goat does not bite. And nobody fears goat. But there are situations when the goat is being pushed to the wall, the goat bite. And that is the level it's gradually graduating to. Then we start speaking out, and that will come where the acting will commence. Otherwise, it shouldn't be so. Why few are enjoying the blood of the peaceful, ordinary Nigeria, and they come out deceiving themselves and even using what they have to gather momentum just for 2027 instead of good governance and the blessing and peace God has bestowed on this country. So we need to stand up and do the needful, and the time is gradually getting to it.
Thank you very much, Godwin, for calling. I appreciate it. 0201277093. I want to read your tweets, and then I want to read your WhatsApp messages. Then I'll come back to the phone lines. In case you're just joining us, we're setting the agenda for 2026. What should we be pushing for government to prioritize, and how do we hold them to account? Yes. These are the questions that we're asking. Let me go to WhatsApp quickly, and then I'll read the messages that are coming in on other platforms. This one here says, good afternoon. Happy new Gregorian calendar year to you all at Nigeria Info. And he says, keep the good work you have been doing. Thank you, Safiano, for your message. Okay. This one here says, Happy New Year, Marianne. Maybe I need to ask my governor, Sanwo-Olu, why pensioners in Lagos State still get peanuts as monthly pension. I'm a beneficiary of 20,000 naira monthly. Does the increase in allocation not affect Lagos State pensioners? Babade from Igbogbo. I cannot answer that question, but I can ask. Yes. Someone here, Aziz here, says, Marianne, the problem of this country is corruption. How do we put an end to it? Because it looks like certain people have friends in high places, in the courts. We complain about the judiciary. We complain about the law enforcement officials. We complain about the legislators, I beg your pardon. And we also complain about the executive. So how do we hold these people to account? How do we make them understand that they work for us and not the other way around? Thank you for your message. Kule Rotimi says, Happy New Year, my sister Marianne. I wish you and Nigeria for a prosperous new year. Okay, thank you for the story you're sharing. This one's Miss Davy, please. When you send me such a long message, Patrick Nanta, I cannot read it. It's a term paper. Someone here says, the caller who says we don't pay tax is funny, as he's really wrong. We all pay taxes, indirect taxes, which are value-added tax, VAT, customs duties, excise duties. There are consumption taxes, where the burden is ultimately borne by the final consumer, collected by a third-party business or government agencies. Babs from Aja. And if you did listen to me, Babs, I tried to educate that person that people pay taxes. People pay taxes. If you have a shop in the market, you're paying a tax of some sort. You run a business, you're paying a tax of some sort. You work for somebody, you pay tax, pay PAYE tax. We pay taxes. Now, there are some people who have evaded taxes, but that's also a few people. And that's why this new tax system, according to Oyedele, and I want to believe him, is supposedly going to harmonize all the taxes. So we don't pay as many taxes as we used to pay, and sometimes double taxation. But now all the taxes are harmonized, and you don't have to pay if you don't necessarily need to pay. So if you are taxed, it means that you have to pay. It's not that you'll be paying taxes that you shouldn't be paying. Do you understand what I'm saying? The harmonization of these taxes is to make sure that there are no loopholes, and all the loopholes are plugged, and people pay the proper tax, as opposed to this one will come with this uniform, this one will come with this paper, we're taxed from this, we're for MOT, we're for this one and that one. Babs, thank you for your message. This one here says, my name is Terry from Lekki. Terry, why do you have to send so many messages? Really, please. There's so many. Hearing that one little girl on the things you played gave me goosebumps. And then this year I will start with writing to Bayelsa governor, since they are among the 10 states that want to collect loan. So they will tell me what they want to do with that money. Like Kofi Patel said, up to every kobo. Then other things I will come up with in the coming days of the year. Then for 2027, let all the 35 governors join APC. Me, myself, and I, and the spirit, we will vote against them. He says, God save Nigeria. Okay. I like that spirit. This person that is saying that some of my colors are very funny sent me a 10 paper. I'm so sorry. It's too long. If you can cut it and send it to me, just summarize it. Thank you. This one says it's psychology, headaching listeners to some opinions. That is why I stated before that some people migrating to other countries not because of the lack of money or quest for wealth, not due to some of the things they hear which affect them psychologically. But due to some of the things they hear. I pay over 100,000 tax in 100,000 naira in tax monthly. And I have had to provide water and electricity for my household for over 7 years. Please, sir, I'm among the people. Yes, we dig our own borehole. We provide our own lights by buying inverter because what's that man's name? The CBN guy turned power minister. What's his name? The Osun State man. Sorry, the Oyo State man. Bragged his way through his ministerial appointments that, he was doing the bidding of his boss, because the president has told us that if he does not give us 24 hours power, it's getting to 3 years. We have not seen the 24 hours power, Mr. President. He says we should vote him out. So you guys know what to do, right? Okay, great. Well, he also says that the roads are so bad that calculating money you spend to repair your car is 3 times the tax in a year. Without HMO from my company, I know the amount of money I would have been spending for health for me and my family. I spend over 100K fueling my car in a month. And if I decide to use public transport, I would definitely spend more. More than that, due to the increase in transport fare. I kid you not, sir. And for these few weeks that we had endless traffic, you just keep buying fuel because you waste the fuel in traffic. And no one's considering that. And the roads are bad. I saw a video some days ago, and the guy is saying that there's a death trap on this Lekki Ekpe Expressway, and that Governor Sanwo-Olu needs to do something about it because he almost lost his life. But it is because he's not AJ and his friends, so it didn't make the news. Our governments need to start doing better. This is the year that we drag them. See what the Northerners are doing to their representatives. Yes, we sent you there to do something. Whether you're a chairman, you're a councillor, if you do not do your job and you come home for holiday, we're waiting for you in front of your house. You will explain to us because we gave you that job. And even if you use Magomago to get there, your job is to serve us. And if you're not doing it properly, you will have us to deal with. I think that should be the energy for 2026. How about that? Ayo here says, Happy New Year, Marianne. We have started our ranting too early. President knows no inflation is coming down. How much was Toyota Corolla last year? How much is it today? Tax bill is nothing but more money for politicians. Those claiming you will pay less taxes are not realistic. MBS has rebased inflation criteria. Oh, yes. That's their job now. This one says, please ask the people who are supporting this tax regime where the proceeds from the subsidy removal is with your governors. I've answered this question like a gazillion times. It's with your governors, says the president. So you should go and drag your governors. Well, he says, without sounding too pessimistic, this terrible situation cannot improve. In the next 6 years, that this man will still be on the saddle. I carefully chose my words because he will still rig himself into office come 2027. The optics don't seem right based on what we have on ground. Collins from Ibejuleki. This one says, if tax will favor the poor, how about the 5% tax on petrol? Have you also thought about its effects on price of goods and services, laddie? We have to think about the effects of a lot of things on goods and services, and already what we're suffering is as a result of what is, the policies and programs of government, which has obviously affected us negatively and of course impacted on goods and services. Happy New Year to the entire staff of Nigeria Info. The only solution to this problem is to vote Tinubu and his government. Boniface, is it to vote them in or vote them out? I don't know what you meant because you didn't put in or out. You just say vote Tinubu. Ajibade here says, Minister Adelabu, yes, if the tax has been altered but not significant enough to halt its implementation, it's very unfortunate. If the government decides to go ahead, they should be ready to face legal hurdles in court. I'm guessing that they're ready. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, it's Adelabu. And this person says, the people should organize themselves into small groups, maybe solicit support of religious leaders to engage state governors and local government chairmen, tell them what they want, hold occasional meetings with them. Not everything should be federal. I totally agree with you. I think that we put too much responsibility on the federal government. Yes, they have their job cut out for them, but we need to turn our attention to the people who directly, work for us, our governors, our members of the State House of Assemblies. When was the last time you engaged the Lagos State House of Assembly? Those ones are a cabal on their own, an entity. Don't touch. Whoever put them there, they owe you a duty. As long as you pay your taxes in Lagos, hold them. Because whatever laws, whatever policies that they push will affect you in this Lagos. Don't forget Sanwo-Olu. Yes, he's on his last, yes, he's my boss. He's on his last, he's about to bow out. Remind him of all the promises he made. When he was joining the people in the saloon, he was licking ice cream with people. He was doing as if he was talking to students in the mall. This is the time to engage him. He cannot leave office without fulfilling his promise. No more nonchalancy. Yes. Look at what Alex Oti is doing. He's a poster child. Look at what the Enugu governor is doing. Poster child. I heard that the governor of Edo State, his job is to pour sand on the road. That he's doing so many projects that none of the projects are working. I heard. It's not a fact. How do we hold them to account? Join the conversation. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello. Hello.
Turn your radio off and call me back, please. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good afternoon, Miriam.
Yes.
I'm calling right away from Osodi, the city in the center of universe.
Okay, go ahead.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Thank you very much. You see, Mr. Speck spoke very well. I've been speaking before, but this year, 2026, will be different, especially electricity. We want our electricity to be 24/7 in this country. We want for our road to be motoring. A lot of work is going on, but some of us, we don't ask, especially this coastal road. For me, those who say they slept on the road, I think this coastal road part about 9 states from Lagos to Calabar. There's one from Sokoto down to Badagry, which are awarded by Sagari how many years ago. But they can't be able to do it. If this government has started all this thing, and the part 9 states, from east down to north, that is ring road around Nigeria. I appreciate it. Electricity was stable. Mr. President, all the ministers, they should be on work. And again, our journalists, I want you to be calling as you are rallying doing, to be calling all those ministries. Then they come to your studio to come and tell Nigeria what are they be doing for the country. So for me, Mr. President has spoken very well. I always say amen for all what that said, but they must walk the talk. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much. They have to walk the talk. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're not allowed to call the ladies' line, please. If you're not a woman, don't call this line. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190 is only for the ladies. If you're not a lady and you have not changed your sex, please don't call that line. Thank you and God bless. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Is that Nigeria Info?
This is Nigeria Info.
Thank you. First and foremost, Happy New Year to you.
Same to
and
you.
all your staff over there.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the good job you are doing. First and foremost, my name is Mr. Chibuzojo. I'm calling from Okero in Ogun State, yes. Are you with me?
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Yeah. So, like what they have been saying, Nigeria is actually drifting backward. To be sincere, I will not dive in every aspect of the issue, but what pains me most, and likely other Nigerians, is the fact that we are going into a state of one-party country very soon, because the idea of this APC is not to rule and leave the power, whether they perform or they don't perform. What they are doing now, if you are a government that is working well,
but they're not ruling over robots or people that they have charmed. So that statement of they don't care whether they perform or not, we do care, because whatever they do affects us negatively or positively.
It doesn't affect them. It affects we. It doesn't affect them, because all what they know, look at the sort of the campaign. Let there be law. Let INEC make provision. If you are elected under a party, you must start that government before you decamp. If you are still in power, you should not decamp. Look at the campaign. Are we going to a one-party state? Is it only APC now that we look at? Yes, members everywhere in the Senate, in the House of Reps. Yes, members, no more opposition. What is going on? What are we practicing? Is this democracy that Ganifa and me were fighting for those days? Ganifa and me were fighting for those days. And this man died, everything died. Look at Wole Sheika. Wole Sheika now is an own man, nobody. He's not a silent man. He doesn't talk again. What are we talking about? I don't understand.
Thank you very much for calling.
They don't want to tell us the truth again.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. We have to move on. Thank you very much for calling. I've got 4 minutes before we wrap up the conversation, totally. But I want to remind you guys of, I said I was going to be playing clips, and this is what I'm going to be doing, reminding you of some interesting things that happened last year. This was one of the things that hit us early 2025. Take a listen. This video is courtesy of Channels Television, by the way.
You must follow the due process, as I have said. We have rules, we have constitution. When you want to remove, you must do what? Follow this. At the same time, that man that said Obasa took part in the removal of Honorable Abdullahi Pelumi, Honorable Fumi Tejosho, and those people that were suspended. And I've said it, let me repeat it. Honorable Pelumi, right? Honorable Pelumi is my brother, is my friend. I fondly call him Boda Wahidi till tomorrow. When he was removed, he was on the floor of the house. Probably he was presiding. When Tejosho was removed, she was in the house. And those who were suspended, they were around. And there was no informant of police. And the house, the chamber was not removed. You must follow.
So that is the Speaker of the Lagos State Assembly. Remember that drama? The case against him disappeared into thin air because they said they brought the EFCC in. It was so much drama. And once there was a realignment, poof. This is the democracy that we run in Nigeria. But I want to set your hearts, your minds on fire for 2026. In the right way, by the way. We're not letting these politicians go scot-free anymore. No more storytelling. No more lies. If you tell us something, you must be able to fulfill it and follow it through. Else, your foot is going to be held to the fire. And until you keep that promise, there's no backtracking. If not, we show you the way out. And we do mean it. It's time that Nigerians rise up and take the reins of the citizens of the Federal Republic, because that is a powerful position. And we're beginning to come into the knowledge of how powerful we are. No longer will we let politicians play with us. I want to welcome you all into 2026. No more resting on our oars. No more letting the politicians use propaganda to confuse, divide, and conquer us. We stand together as Nigerians for a better Nigeria. Now follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, MIMIEYO. Or better still, you could just Google Marianne Duke Okon, and then, of course, you will find me. Follow Nigeria Info on all of its social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page so that you don't miss any of our shows. My name is Marianne Duke Okon. Happy New Year once again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Hard Facts. It's a new year. Let's come with all the positive energy that we have, and don't even allow these politicians to breathe. Yes. Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
The news you need, the conversation you hear, the station you love.
Federal exports hit 371 billion naira amid heavy import reliance.
Resident doctors give federal government 30 days to address doctors' demands.
Jonathan will return to Aso Rock as president, says Professor Jerry Ghana.
Those who actually frustrated him out of office may be so desperate to wish him back.
Workers have a right, a constitutionally afforded right, to join unions or not to join.
Madam ADC gives article ultimatum to pick membership card, so it's not even pick his membership card. All these problems.
We are not all we have. You know, they have other things.
Or we're not enough.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
You are listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.